Hello, and welcome to this quiet moment together. So happy you have joined me. This is your time to let the world outside fade, to feel the weight of the day soften like snow melting into earth. Tonight, we'll step into a snug wooden cabin high in the Swiss Alps, where the air is crisp with winter's breath, and the firelight glows like a secret kept warm in the heart of the mountains. It's a place of deep stillness, where snowflakes drift past frosted windows, where the scent of spiced cider lingers in the air, and where the silence hums with the quiet music of falling snow. All you need to do is settle in. Let your shoulders relax. Your breath grow slow and steady. With every exhale, imagine yourself sinking into the soft embrace of an old armchair, wrapped in the warmth of a well-loved shawl. And when you're ready, we'll begin our story, where the mountains whisper and the firelight dances. The wind carries whispers of winter across the high peaks, and tonight those whispers reach a small wooden cabin nestled deep in the Swiss Alps. Snow falls in gentle spirals outside the frost-laced windows, each flake catching the amber glow that spills from within, like liquid honey poured into the darkness. Dr. Elena Schneider stands at the kitchen window of her grandfather's cabin, watching the snowfall through glass that bears the delicate etchings of Jack Frost's artistry. Steam rises from the ceramic mug cradled between her palms, the rich aroma of spiced apple cider mingling with the scent of pine logs, crackling in the stone fireplace behind her. She has come here to heal, to find herself again, after months of endless hospital corridors and fluorescent lights. The noise of the city, the constant demands of her medical practice, the weight of others' pain she carried in her shoulders, all of it feels like a distant dream now, muffled beneath layers of pristine snow and mountain silence. The cabin breathes around her with the gentle creaks and sighs of aged timber. Her grandfather built this refuge with his own hands 60 years ago, each beam chosen with care, each stone in the fireplace placed with intention. The walls still hold his presence in the hand-carved wooden bowls on open shelves, in the faded photographs of Alpine wildflowers, in the thick woolen blankets that smell faintly of lavender and mountain air. Elena sets down her mug and touches the window glass, feeling the cold kiss her fingertips. Beyond the immediate glow of the cabin's warmth, the world has transformed into a crystalline wonderland. Ancient spruce trees stand like silent sentinels, their branches heavy with snow that sparkles even in the dim light, while the distant peaks pierce the sky like sleeping giants wrapped in silver cloth. The silence here is different from any she has known, not the empty silence of sterile rooms, but a full, rich quiet that pulses with life. It's the silence of snow settling on pine boughs, of deer stepping carefully through winter meadows, of mountain streams running beneath sheets of ice that sing with their own crystalline music. She pulls a soft cashmere shawl around her shoulders and settles into the oversized armchair beside the fireplace. The chair is positioned perfectly to gaze out the large picture window that frames the snowy landscape like a living painting, its colors shifting subtly as evening deepens into night. The fire dances in the stone hearth, casting dancing shadows across walls lined with well-worn books. These are not medical journals or research papers, but collections of poetry, novels that transport the reader to distant lands, volumes of Alpine folklore filled with tales of mountain spirits and winter magic. Tonight, she doesn't reach for any of them. Instead, she lets her eyes trace the patterns of flame and shadow, feeling her breathing slow to match the peaceful rhythm of the crackling logs. Outside, the snow continues its gentle descent, each flake following its own unique path through the still air. Some dance and swirl on invisible currents. Others fall straight and true like tiny white stars seeking Earth. The accumulation is silent but persistent, gradually softening every edge and corner of the landscape until the world appears wrapped in clouds. Elena closes her eyes and listens to the symphony of winter, the whisper of snow against glass, the occasional groan of tree branches adjusting to their heavy load, the distant sound of wind high in the peaks. These sounds don't intrude, they embrace, wrapping around her like a lullaby sung by the mountains themselves. When she opens her eyes again, night has fully settled over the Alpine valley. The snow glows with an ethereal blue light, as if each flake holds captured starlight within its crystalline structure. The darkness is not black, but deep indigo, painted across the sky in soft gradations that remind her of watercolor washes on wet paper. She rises and adds another log to the fire, watching sparks dance up the chimney like tiny golden fireflies. The warmth radiates outward, creating a bubble of comfort that extends just far enough to encompass her world. This chair, this window, this moment of perfect stillness. From the kitchen comes the gentle whistle of the kettle, a sound so homey and familiar it makes her smile. She has filled it with water from the mountain spring that feeds the cabin. Water so pure and cold it tastes like snow melt and sky. Tonight she will make chamomile tea with honey from local beehives, a ritual that connects her to this place and its rhythms. As she prepares her tea, Elena finds herself moving more slowly than usual, not from fatigue, but from a growing awareness that this evening is meant to be savored. Each small action, measuring the honey, watching steam curl from the cup, feeling the smooth ceramic warm beneath her hands, becomes a meditation, a return to simplicity that her soul has been craving. The cabin's interior glows like a jewel box in the vast white landscape. Traditional Alpine furnishings blend with personal touches gathered over decades. a hand-knitted throw in shades of forest green and cream, copper pots that gleam in the firelight, a collection of river stones arranged on the mantelpiece, each one polished smooth by countless years of mountain water. She returns to her chair with the steaming cup, wrapping both hands around its warmth. Through the window, she watches the snow transform familiar landmarks into mysterious shapes. The woodshed becomes a sleeping bear. The garden gate disappears entirely beneath a growing drift, and the path that leads to the village below winds away into shadow like a silver ribbon. The village itself is barely visible now. Just a few warm lights twinkling in the distance like earthbound stars. She knows that in those scattered houses, other people are settling into their own evening rituals. Families gathered around dinner tables, children being tucked into bed with stories and songs, elderly couples sharing quiet conversations over steaming cups of tea. There is something deeply comforting about being connected to this invisible web of human warmth, while remaining cocooned in her own peaceful solitude. She is alone but not lonely, separate but not isolated. The falling snow seems to carry messages between the scattered homes, linking them all in a community of winter dwellers who understand the sacred nature of these quiet hours. Elena sips her tea and feels the chamomile work its gentle magic, relaxing muscles she didn't realize were tense, softening the last remnants of urgency that had followed her from the city. Her breathing deepens, matching the slow rhythm of the falling snow, and she feels herself settling into the chair as if she might sink right through it and become part of the cabin itself. The fire continues its ancient dance, and she finds herself remembering childhood winters when the world seemed full of magic and possibility. Snow days meant hot chocolate and picture books, building snow forts and catching snowflakes on her tongue. She had forgotten how wonder felt, how the simple act of watching snow fall could fill her with such profound contentment. A soft sound from outside draws her attention, the barely audible whisper of an owl's wings passing close to the window. She catches a glimpse of pale feathers against the dark sky and feels blessed, as if the mountain has shared one of its secrets with her. The owl disappears into the night, but its presence lingers, a reminder that she is not the only one finding peace in this winter sanctuary. The snow continues steadily, and Elena realizes that by morning, the cabin will be thoroughly snowed in. This thought, which might have caused anxiety in her former life, now brings only satisfaction. There is nowhere she needs to be, no appointments to keep, no emergencies to rush toward. She has food, warmth, books, and all the time in the world to simply be. She pulls the woolen throw more snugly around her shoulders and settles deeper into the chair. The tea has cooled to the perfect temperature, and she drinks it slowly, tasting honey and flowers and something that might be moonlight. Outside, the world continues its transformation, becoming more magical with each passing moment. The fire burns lower, casting longer shadows, and Elena feels herself drifting toward that peaceful space between waking and sleeping. The cabin holds her like loving arms, and the snow whispers lullabies against the windows. She is exactly where she needs to be, wrapped in warmth and wonder, surrounded by the gentle embrace of winter in the mountains. Her breathing slows to match the rhythm of snowfall, and her eyes grow heavy with the sweetest kind of fatigue. The last thing she sees before sleep claims her as a single snowflake, larger and more intricate than all the others, spinning slowly past the window like a tiny dancer performing just for her. In this cozy cabin, surrounded by the pristine beauty of Alpine winter, Elena drifts into dreams filled with silver light and mountain music, her heart finally at peace, her soul finally home.